So I've been ill the last few days, hence no new videos. But what I have been doing, since I've not really been able to do anything else, I've been lying in bed watching Asian horror films, and uh, really, like, my background in horror is primarily British and American horror stories, horror fiction, and horror films and television programs. It's primarily sort of, let's say, Britain and America. I particularly like the American campfire ghost story, and I particularly like the English ghost story from people like M.R. James and things like that. The Scottish ghost stories get more of a rugged edge to it. It's a bit more elemental. It's got some more characteristics of fantasy and things like that in the Scottish ghost stories. But so that's been most of the stuff that I've watched, and I consider myself like a big, massive horror fan, but I've not really done a lot of Asian horror films. And I know Asia's like, massive area, a massive continent, but I'm just using that term because I've been trying to catch films from like India, China, Japan, Thailand. So it's all different countries, all very different cultures, but I'm putting them under that bracket. Anyway, so I had watched a few Asian horror films years ago. In fact, I should go back to when I was a kid. I watched a lot of Chinese horror from things like Mr. Vampire and stuff like that. Because on Channel 4 and at Christmas time in Britain, they would always show Chinese ghost stories. They had a Chinese ghost story series, and they would show loads of Chinese films. Occasionally they would show a Japanese film, but it was mostly Chinese. And they would show them late at night around about Christmas, and I used to love watching them. And then if I go forward to when like Ringu and all that came out, I watched a few Asian horror films, but not that many. So try to get really into it. So I'm going to talk about some of the ones that I've watched. I've watched Shutter, which was a film from Thailand, which I have to say I thought was terrifying, really frightening. It is a bit of a rip-off in some ways visually from things like The Ring and The Grudge and stuff like that, the original versions. In terms of the ghost creature in it, it's a vengeful female spirit. Although if you go back to like that's just in a lot of the cultures around in Asia. There's a lot of that, the vengeful ghost sort of idea, and often it's a female ghost that's been wronged somehow. But anyway, so this film, Shutter, is from Thailand, and it really scared me. I thought it was excellent. I'm going to do a video just on that, so I don't want to go too much into it. And I watched the first two Ju-on films, Ju-on the Curse and Ju-on the Curse 2. Really impressed with them. They're from Japan. You may know The Grudge as a remake, but that's actually a remake of the third film, Ju-on the Grudge, which is the Japanese film. Gets a bit complicated. But the original two Ju-on films, Ju-on the Curse and Ju-on the Curse 2, were made for television, and it's or direct to DVD or direct to video market actually. I can't remember exactly which one it was, but it's shot in pretty low grade video, and that can be a little bit off putting at first when you're watching it. But the first one I found really, really good, and the second one, expanded on the first one. Wasn't quite as good, but it was still interesting. And it's a sort of haunted house type affair, only the idea is that certain places become cursed when a terrible thing happens there, and that curse can attach itself to anyone involved with that house. So really good, really creepy, really impressed. It's a perfect example, especially in the first one, of not needing the best equipment in the world to make like an effective film. You don't need it. It's the filmmaker, not the camera, that makes the movie. And what else did I watch? I watched Kwaidan. Kwaidan, I don't know how you pronounce it. Which is from 1964, directed by a guy called Muzaki Kobayashi. And being a massive anthology horror fan, I've always heard about this movie being, you know, like one of the best, and it was just stunning, absolutely stunning. Blew my mind actually. I'm going to do a video on that one as well. I don't know where I'll camp there. And I feel like I watched another one. Did I watch another one? I probably did, and I forgot because I'm really unwell and lack of sleep. But anyway, so Asian horror films. What do you guys think about it? Because I'm really impressed with, and there are a lot of parallels that I would draw between the sort of styles that I've seen in Japan and Thailand, with the British ghost story. It's more. The idea of the idea of like fate, like, you know, you just cannot escape what's happening to you. You get a lot of that in the British ghost story. Don't get it as much in the American ghost story, but really impressed with these films. Shutter just scared the absolute crap out of me. But anyway, I'm going to do a video. Excuse me. I'm going to do a video on each of these films, and going to be doing a lot more sort of Asian and non-English speaking films. So I'll be doing reviews of like horror films from like France and Eastern Europe and stuff like that, from anywhere. So, but specifically this video is about Asian horror. If you've got a great suggestion for me to watch, please let me know. Suggest something to me. I'll definitely go away and watch it, because I'm really enjoying it. It's a breath of fresh air to me. And you know, if you don't like subtitles, all I can say is give a subtitled film a chance. If you give it like 5 minutes, you just get used to it and you don't think about it after that. So let's say any Asian horror films you can think of, let me know. And what do you think of the ones I've mentioned, if you have watched them? I'm going to do videos on each of them anyway, but never mind. So let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions out there. Alright, and that's all. Bye for now.